All my life, I've been a huge animal lover. I always recall being drawn to stray animals, finding kitties. And when I wound up moving in with my husband in South Philly, we had a whole colony of cats behind our house. And over the years, I started getting them fixed and just really became aware of how significant the problem of stray cats is in Philadelphia. They had so much suffering, and I just was really driven to try to do something for the cats, and then created PURR Philly. PURR Philly stands for Philadelphia Urgent Rescue and Relief. PURR Philly's main focus is doing trapping, is getting this cats fixed on the streets of Philadelphia. As part of that, we always are finding friendly cats and cats that just can't go back to the location that they're at. So once we trap them, we take them to the clinic and get them fixed. And then we assess from that point. Can they go back to the location they were from? Can they go into foster and ultimately get rescued? Or if it's a situation where they absolutely can't go back to their initial location and they aren't friendly enough to be adoptable, that's when we might consider bringing them into our colony. Donations are huge. That really is what keeps us going. When we get tapped out, we can't do what we're doing. TNR actually stands for Trap, Neuter, Release.
So we are going to set the traps now. We're using some shredded tuna fare by Fancy Feast. Then we always like to cover it because if they can see out, then they think they can break out and they'll cut up their face and cut up their nose. So this just keeps them a little calmer.
A feral cat is a cat that has no socialization, that is petrified of humans, that won't come close to humans, that is going to just hide in the shadows, that you're never going to see. Those would be instances where we would bring them to the sanctuary, where they basically just are able to live their lives. They're fed and provided shelter every day. So Nick came upon us. He's a huge animal lover. He always puts the cats as #1 priority.
This is about the best job I ever had. I love taking care of these animals. The main part is that I understand that the reason they're here is because nobody wanted them. And that gets me. You just don't give up hope. You just have patience and love. That's it, you know. And it works. So in the morning, I begin taking care of the cats at this deck site you see here. The cats eat up here on the deck, about 5 or 6 or 7 of them. And as more and more getting used to you, they come out. Plus they have more sleeping quarters in the back if they want.
And I look at the cats who have been saved and whose lives have been forever changed. You know, seeing the cats that are just laying in the sun without a care in the world, you know, that's what kind of gives me the motivation to keep going. Over the years, I feel like I look back at what I was doing 5 years ago, and I do so much more now than I did then. And I think a huge part of that is just seeing how much sadness is out there, how much suffering. When you see a cat that you might have been able to save if you had just gotten there a week earlier, that really can be a heartbreaking feeling. So I try to use that sadness and just turn it into making me more passionate about what I'm doing and make me try to work harder. We are so desperate for more volunteers from so many different standpoints: fostering, coming out to the colony, helping do work here, trapping. The list is literally endless of how many different things that we could use help with. Ultimately, our goal is just minimizing the suffering, trying to help the cats through education and providing resources to get them fixed, get them adopted, and just do what's best for the cats.